Hey guys. Sorry. The worst season of my life has come to an end, thank the Lord. I just want to give you a couple examples of what the hell I had to endure from my family. The ones that fake love, you know what I mean? They'll say they love you, but they'll do twisted things in covert ways to try to make us depressed. In my case, they wanted me to kill myself. They wanted me to sit down bad to where I just give up on life. My own grandma, can you believe that? My own mom, my own grandpa. I'm just gonna give you a couple examples of what the hell that I've been through with that narcissistic family system. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, my grandpa, he has dementia, but he was used by the devil, that's for sure. They all were, but my grandpa at first more, because he hated my guts, you know what I mean? Well, the spirits in him hated me, the light in me. Sorry for the dogs doing that, it just, sorry. But anyway, my grandpa used to throw things at me. Like, I'd just be chilling in my room when I was there, and that abuse. I was chilling, right? Reading Bible, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden, my grandpa walks in, unlocks my door. It was locked because that was the only, when I say cage, like I was in my room 24/7 because I didn't want to go out because of these people. And they back you into a corner, you know what I mean? Like, to where it's survival mode, you know what I mean? But anyway, at least in my case, but my grandpa, he unlocks my door. He did this a lot, by the way, when I was just trying to get the hell away from them all, because I didn't have the resources to get out of there. I still don't, thank the Lord I got out of there though. Thank you. But my grandpa would unlock the door a lot when I'm trying to get away from all that, especially when you got to be there. It's kind of tough, but like, live with them. But anyway, he unlocks the door and he throws a jar of peanut butter at my head. Like, he straight up unlocks my door, like with a knife, unlocks it, opens it, and just threw it, hit me right in the head, dude. And I was like, this was in the beginning stages of this abuse, but I had to endure that for 2 years. But yeah, he threw that at my head. I wasn't doing crap. You know what I mean? They want to piss us off, okay? These in my case, family members, grandpa, grandma, mom, narcissistic. Anyway, yeah, they don't like the peace we have, y'all. And they'll do anything to stop that peace. But anyway, yeah, he threw that. And I just looked up like, you know what I mean? What the hell is that for, Larry? His name's Larry. Like I said, I forgive them all, but my goodness. But anyway, it's a grueling thing you gotta endure. It's not even funny. I never want to go back, but sorry. Very traumatic. And he threw that at my head, and they want you to react, and sadly I reacted because I threw it right back at him. Then he, you know what I mean? He started, like, he was laughing. Like that, I reacted. And anyway, that was the example of my grandpa. And they will make really loud noise, you know what I mean, to try to disrupt our peace. Like in my case, they had this damn stereo right beside my room. Every time I try to go to bed, they'd crank it up. They'd crank the stereo up, and all you hear was the damn bass. And you couldn't sleep at night, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah. If you're going through this, please don't give up. Trust me, I do. I know what it's like if you're in this crap. But yeah, they will try to make loud noises, or like plates smacking in the kitchen or something, like taunting us, you know what I mean? To try to get us mad and to go tell them what they're doing. Please don't react to the little games here. That's what they want. They want us to rise and act out of character. You know what I mean? Please don't. But anyway, that was just one example of many. my grandpa used to torment me night and day. And, oh my gosh, throwing things, trying to fight me, you know, calling me my dad that died from an overdose, you know. And just remember, these are spirits working through them. That's what I had to remember that whole time, because my gosh, you know what I mean? It gets to a point, but yeah. Anyway, that was my grandpa. There's millions of other testimonies on that, but let's move to my grandma, okay? My grandma, she claims she's, okay, if you don't react, because my grandma tried to control the kitchen, you know what I mean? I couldn't eat, because every time I went to the fridge, guess what they did? My grandma did. She'd come in, shut the door in my face, be like, nope. Like, what? You're in family, you know what I mean? Didn't want you to eat. Didn't want, you know, they were control freaks. It's disturbing. It really is wicked. Like, I'm not perfect here, but that is just sinister. Anyway, yeah, went to the kitchen a lot, trying to get some damn food, you know what I mean? And they'd slam the fridge. Every time I went to the kitchen, they'd come out and ruin it. Like, oh no, you can't have a snack. You know what I mean? You can't have food. And I was like, I straight silence. This is what gets them. God taught me this. When they try to provoke you, I know it's hard, but don't even say anything. Watch how they react. They start losing their shit. They start losing their mind. My grandma did. She was like, start praying. You know, for me, she was tormenting me. You know what I mean? Tormenting me. She knows the Bible front and back. You ever heard of a Pharisee? That's what my grandma was. She was working for Satan. And she was praying for me, talking about, oh, Jesus, help him, help Dylan. I think the devil's gotten into him. When Jesus is the one that opened my eyes to all their abuse. I'm pretty sure that's blasphemy of the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit was helping me survive. God was helping me survive this narcissistic, just evilness from my family, bro. Anyway, yeah, my grandma used to do that to my buddy Turbo, control his food. Like when I lived there, I'd always give him food, but my grandma would go and take it from him. He's a golden retriever. He's dead now, sadly, but my damn grandma, she would go in there. I'd give him water, right, Turbo? She was a control freak, okay? She hid food in her room from us all. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, just be prepared for certain kinds of evil, bro. Like, it's crazy. But, yeah, every time I went to get my buddy water, my buddy Turbo, she'd take it and hide it and dump it out. And I was like, what are you doing? And then every time I'd go fill it back up, it'd come up missing again. You know, she'd go in there and take it out of there. She wanted control. It made her feel superior. You know what I mean? So weird and demonic. But anyway, narcissistic, just bullshit. But anyway, she started doing that to me after a while. Because I couldn't go anywhere. I didn't have damn money. I still don't. Thank the Lord I got out of there, though. Yeah, she started doing that to me. I was like, what do you know what I mean? Try not to react, okay? Trust me. It is going to be hard not to react. But, oh my gosh. But anyway, yeah. She was starting to control my food. You know what I mean? Taking stuff away from me. And every time I went to the fridge, she'd be like, nope. And close the door in my face. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But it's Satan through these people. You know? Because we got the light of Jesus in us. The light of God, Holy Spirit. They want to dim that. Because they don't have it. So they will come up against you. Trust me. They will come up against you so bad, like, to a point, it's going to make you feel like you're losing your mind. Just know you're not. Okay, it's true what they're doing. Like this bullcrap. But anyway, my grandma, modern day Pharisee is what I can describe her as, because, oh my gosh, she thought I was possessed when I was, acting how God wanted me to act. Like respond in silence to their narcissistic abuse. Anyway, yeah, she was so wicked, but very disturbing. Don't even get me started on my mom. And then my mom, they will hide it behind fake love. They'll say, I love you right to your face, and then go behind and try to sabotage every opportunity for you to leave. You know what I mean? They'll make it to where you're trapped. You know what I mean? That's what happened to me for 2 years. Couldn't leave the fucking place. But, sorry for cussing, but it's very aggravating, trust me. If you're going through this, you know what I mean. But anyway. Yeah, it'll be those in your own household, guys. But yeah, my mom. Yeah, bro, like, anyway. She tried to sabotage the car, because we had to share one car for everybody. They'll get you enmeshed with them, like through our resources. They'll take away things, and then eventually you'll just be like stuck. And before you know it, it's like, you know what I mean? At least that's what happened to me. But anyway, yeah, my mom didn't want me to leave. None of them wanted me to leave. They wanted me imprisoned, and so they can have the power and authority over me. Like I said, it's hard to explain, but my goodness, it's very real and stupid. But they get a sense of a demonic high or something when they can control one of us, like a child of Jesus, child of God, one who wants to see the light. They're comfortable in darkness, so they'll do anything in their power to keep us, to either get us to kill ourselves, or very miserable, depressed, or retaliate. Please don't do any of that. Please don't retaliate, guys, okay? Trust me, it's gonna be hard. But anyway, yeah, dude, my mom, she stole all me and my brother's money. Like, my dad died, and we got Social Security from that. We didn't see, much of it. My mom literally, they will siphon you for everything. Like money, time, energy, resources. But yeah, they will, sorry. Yeah, me and my brothers never seen none of that. You know what I mean? She kept it for herself. The money that was supposed to go to the 4 children, you know what I mean? She kept it. And she always took our cars and everything. But yeah, I'm sorry. There's a dog whining. I gotta take him out. Sorry. I was going somewhere with that. But yeah, just know it's those in your own household, okay? And they're very demonically influenced. Trust me. You won't want to believe it at first, because I didn't. That's just gonna make you stay there longer, trust me. Try not to doubt what God's showing you, okay? God's the one telling you about these things, okay? They're gonna want you to think you're losing your mind. You're not, okay? You're just catching on. God's helping you catch on to their narcissistic abuse and their power play. All right, love y'all.